game, Uthermal did rule Zerg. So in the top right we have Nightmare, in the bottom left we have Uthermal with the Zerg, and of course a random player needs to cheese. Now Nightmare should not know that this is Zerg, he's still gonna go for that low ground wall. But yeah, you're kind of exploiting that already, the red gameplay, by going for a proxy hatchery, and he can bust down that wall. Is this gonna be a double gate opening here from right now? I think you kinda need to, right? There's a proxy hatchery. It's not on the location for the minerals, it's a little bit closer to the wall. Yeah, it's gonna be the pool. Nightmare is scouting and he sees a lot of drones. He sees no hatchery on the natural. And he sees the timing of the no gas. So he goes ahead and checks the other bases. Maybe you only took a third. It's a little bit like it would be an anti-meta move to just take a third base anyways against the Protoss player, just to throw the scouting pattern off a little bit. Make them afraid that this is like a all-in. But in this case it is actually an all-in, and he will find the hatchery now. A zealot is gonna assist him. Nightmare is just producing more and more static defenses as well. Of course he doesn't have a forge, so he cannot make any cannons, so he's making only shield batteries, and he is killing off those lava with the adept. Unfortunately he does not get the last shot on that thing before it turns into a cocoon. The queen does pop, but it honestly, like, one queen, it can't even defend itself, so we will get an inject going. That's about it. He has an overlord here as well, which might be an issue in a moment because there's two stalkers. And that overlord being dead or killed off is gonna supply block Uthermal. This is not going as he tried it to go, wants it to go. So like two links, they can't even get through that drone because there's like 4 shield batteries or 3 shield batteries healing that drone. Nah. Fool on me. You shame me twice, fool on me. No, wait, you fool me twice, shame on me. There's gonna be another inject here from the additional queen, but honestly, this inject is not gonna be able to go through. And there we go. So burrow micro here from Uthermal to try and heal up his roaches, which have been hurt, and avoid certain death. He still has these 3 burrows, so he's trying to go for like a burrow bomb. He just got a few of the units. He needs to be so fast with the burrow. And there you go, he burrows all of them, which is nice. But no burrow movement means no way to get past that zealot. He can't really burst it down. I guess he could, because it's red. But there's gonna be that observer very soon. Oh no. GG. And as the observer joins the fray, there's gonna be the G's from the Netherlands, man. Next map is gonna be Winter Madness. And apparently he rolled Terran. So let's see what Uthermal is going to utilize Terran, or how he's going to utilize Terran. In the bottom right, we've got Nightmare, up 1-0. In the top left, it is Red Gamer. Uthermal being Terran here. Not sure if this is race picked or if it was random all the time, but he is random. Sorry, he is Terran for now. He used to be Terran before he went full-time streamer. He's actually a Terran champion, if I don't misrecall that. If I recall that correctly. Oh, and the SCV is gonna make something over here. That was a very early SCV, so yeah, it's gonna be barracks. Nightmare does now notice this, sending out a second probe. And there's a second gas, so he might actually proxy a factory with this as well. Oh, he won't find this, at least not now. So far so hidden. And this will be found, but only after it's done. It's gonna be a tech lab. In the factory at home. So one barracks marauder. Does have the SCV, could start a bunker. There's the first Marauder. No concussive yet, so the Zealot can actually try to engage the Marauder. Even though it does have range. And there we go. He should be able to finish off the Zealot. No, it just barely makes it back to the shield battery here. And it's gonna get healed up. So he's making a proxy starport. Is he gonna ferry the units in? But if Nightmare sees this... Oh, he sees it. Oh, he might just be too confused, honestly. Like, wait, what? Why would you do that? Where are you gonna go with this? And that's when the medevac already hits or something. It's gonna be a fast one. But yeah, so far we're looking at Hellion, Marauder, medevac. You can take a guess of how many units of those to shoot up. Yeah, exactly. So one Void Ray would be the perfect counter here. But indeed, Nightmare does not have a Stargate. And he's not going there. He's actually skipping a lot on pro production. I'm not sure if that's the correct move here. Now if he loses workers, he's just not gonna have the means to recover from that. And he will pull in workers into 3 Hellions. They're all very healthy as well. I'm not sure if that's the correct move here. He will lose 5. And a couple more. Oops. Now a Liberator here to siege the front. Shield battery should go down very fast. Yeah, no probes, there's no income. I mean, look at the income, it's lower for Nightmare. And the army just keeps on getting better and better here for Uthermal. So in the end, I think, honestly, this is gonna be the last fight, by the way, but I think in the end, what it comes down to is that Nightmare just skipped so many workers. He just stopped producing workers so early, and he just never got up to an economy that was needed or necessary to shut this down. Because all you want to do is you want to have enough units to shut it down, and then you want to have as many as possible workers. That's kind of the balancing you're trying to do, right? But if you just say no workers from the get-go, well, then you really have to smash that one. Which is not happening here, by the way. He does catch most of these stalkers, but still 3 more do come in for the reinforce. But it's not gonna be enough. GG is gonna be called, and Uthermal does take the second map. So 1-1 between these two. Now this is gonna be interesting. Because this time we are looking at Nightmare in the bottom right, and in the top left we do have the Protoss player, Uthermal. Roll in Protoss here. Proxying his first pylon. Oh god. This dude is crazy. Oh, we're looking at 1-1, by the way, so don't get this confused. And Nightmare is actually making... This might have been chosen races, because Nightmare is actually doing the correct openings against all of these. So you're hoping to get the reaction, you're hoping to get a forge from your opponent, but that didn't happen. There's gonna be just a second gateway, so no real value from this proxy as of yet. This is Macarax. But what are you up to, Mr. Probe? He will get scouted though. Might just be a scout for Uthermal. And the gates have been found, so no more secrecy. But that also means there's no block. Are we gonna see the double adept from Nightmare? I mean, you can get as far as into the main base. No, you will go into the double stalker. You might utilize adepts later, but you can always wall this with 3 pylons, or like 2 pylons and a shield battery, and adepts are just not gonna make that one. There's a second proxy, which has yet to be found. The only thing that Nightmare knows that things are not in Uthermal space. It's gonna be a 3-gate robo, so very all in, but we will see a nexus here from Nightmare. Can he hold that one? He doesn't have blink on the way. He doesn't have anything really, except for the gateway count. There's a robo, okay, so he gets into a robo himself, but he will have inferior production. And while he did see the probe, he didn't see the nexus go down, so he doesn't actually know that Nightmare is going for a nexus, which he's not, by the way, right now. Nightmare's pushing in with 2 Stalkers here. Can he get something done? I think I've heard some shades. Those are Uthermal shades here. That's it. And he does recall that one. But he loses 1 Stalker on the recall out, and the other one eats a lot of damage. Immortal production now. 1 more gateway. Still no second base here, but he has a pylon in the main. No way. Is he gonna throw down a DT shrine? I'm gonna be that dirty. Is it gonna be one of those days where we will have to be that dirty? Maybe. Oh, there's the adepts. There is a shield battery, so you need to sink those shots, and there's gonna be an adept defending. But there's also a bunch of units here defending the ramp, and not enough units from Uthermal to break this. It seems like these adepts are just unkillable. Wow. And on the other side, the gate does go down, but that also opens the opportunity to deal some damage here for Nightmare. Uthermal does push in, he loses a few units there to a force field and the follow-up, and he still hasn't found the pylon. And he's behind in workers by a mile. This is not gonna go good here for Uthermal. 16 to 25, that's not how it's supposed to be. Oh, sorry, 13 even. So he's 1 behind the starting prop count. And 2 more adepts coming in here. He needs to sink those shots. There we go. Gets the first, gets the second. He gets so many, man. That's crazy. He's so dead. Like, if he doesn't make something happen right now, he's so dead. Yeah, Uthermal, this is not gonna work. He's trying to push up. Adepts are behind the mineral line and they're starting to kill a few probes, but it's just simply not enough. The army is already too big for Nightmare. He can split off a few units to deal with the adepts. The only thing that Uthermal has going for him are these immortals. He has 3 against... oh, actually 3, so yeah, never mind. And War Prism is about to die as well. He does empower all of these structures, which is nice. But if Nightmare can get a snipe on the Prism... no, nah, GG. GG though. And Nightmare does take the series. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you had a good time, even though it was a very short stream today. We're gonna do another stream tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one, and see you again. Peace.